Morning, almost afternoon. But this is Nita and Panda with the Timepiece Garden. She's chewing on the grasses growing outside the beds. She likes to do that. So it's going to be a high about 84 today. Yay, it's a nice warm day. Having said that, though, we're supposed to have a really crazy rainy cold front blow through about 6 o'clock tonight and drop us down to about 47 degrees. So what's that mean to me? So it's not freezing. So certain things aren't going to be bothered at all. The zinnias, they're not going to be bothered at all. Peppers are not going to like it. It'll probably kill off my tomatoes. Strawberries aren't going to care. Zinnias, again, aren't going to care. Green beans may or may not do well. But my turnips here and my beets and possibly my spinaches, the ones that are just coming up, because they're so young, 47 might be a little too chilly for them. So what I've decided is at least on this hoop with the spinach and the hoop down there with the turnips and beets, I'm going to go ahead and put the plastic on it today. So that's what we're doing. We're in the garden. We're going to put the plastic on those. And then everything else we'll just kind of judge, where it goes. Again, most of it's to keep the cold off of it. And then once the plastic is on it, it makes its own little greenhouse, which, provides some heat. So that's what we're going to do. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and get to work. When I feel like taking a break, maybe I'll look for more tomato worms. Maybe not. Who knows? Just hoops come first. And I'll go from there. Panda's already up the hill there. She's already chased off a deer. Deer was up over near that pile. We came walking back. Deer was like, oh. Panda was like, deer. Took off running. That's what she does. So anyway, let me get started. And I'll talk at you later. So, lessons learned. Tried to leave the hoop in place and cut the plastic to fit. And I did left to right. Well, let me do it this way, left to right. I did, but front to back I didn't. Wasn't paying attention. And yeah, plastic didn't reach the wood. So I'm gonna have to undo the staples left and right side, slide the whole thing down. Because the back end here, you can obviously tell from this laying here, I got plenty of plastic. It touches the hoop and then goes on another 5 or 6 inches. So, yeah. First mistake, make sure I got it centered right. Second mistake, I think it's going to be easier if I take the hoops out of the garden. And that way it's just flat grass. I'm not trying to work around the plants that are already in the garden. So I'm going to take the onions out, take it to the grass, fix it, bring it back. I think that's going to work better. We'll see. See you in a few. All right, so that side's on. Does that make sense? And stapled down. At I do pull floaties to keep the wire, since it's not, soft and it's got sharp ends to it, from poking through the plastic. What we do is take the center side here. My zoom's not working. I'm not sure why. Anyway, take the center side, do it flat. You can see where I stapled it across the bottom, staple there, but stapled it flat across. Now this side I've already done, kind of like wrapping a present. Tuck it in and fold over, staple down. This side I have left to do. It'll be the same thing, tuck it in, fold the excess over, and that way you get you get that seal. You don't have all the extra fabric flapping around everywhere type thing. And then I'll cut off the bottom, give it about 1 inch or so. So if the wood doesn't lay flat on the ground, there's a little, 1 inch of plastic overlapping the ground. That's the thought process. So again, I'll show you when I'm completely done. See you in a few. All right, first frame's done. Again, you can see the ends, center part folded down, sides folded then over on itself. These are my walking onions. I'm done harvesting them for the year. The rest of these will be in place until literally next year. If I'm lucky, in June I will be able to start harvest, and in August I will pretty much end harvest. Same thing, ends staple down, then fold it over. You can see a little bit of plastic movement. I've got a little bit of wind going on today. But if you notice the walking onions on the inside, they're not moving at all. They are now out of the wind, out of the weather. Maybe when we actually get closer to having a freezing temperature, which would be end of October, beginning of November, I will probably put some more bark wood chips down in the bottom. But for the most part, they're okay. For like the spinach and the lettuce and the turnips and the beets, I've not put wood chips down because they're not tall enough yet for me to do that. So I'm gonna have to put the frames on them. What, baby girl? I want to say hi to the peoples? Won't you say hi to the peoples? I knew you're such a good girl. Your mama's helper, huh? I think she was supervising today, and she's telling me to get off the phone and get busy and get the next cold frame built. I think that's what I think she's doing. I think she's supervising. Anyway, I'm not going to put bark down yet. The plants are not large enough or ready for me to put bark down. So the frames are on them for now, or will be on them today, and that way they can stay warm even with the cold front pushing through. And then I'll just come back, take the cold frames off, put the bark down when I need to, and I put the frames back on. All right, so that one's done. On to this one. I've already got it sitting on top of the gator cart. Just made it easier for me to lay the plastic out and staple it so on down the line. So, all right, see you in a few. All right, third frame's built. So the turnips and beets are here. They're in their frame. You can already tell where the sun is going down. It's on my right side, but you can see a little there on the plastic where it's starting to do condensation inside the plastic, which is a good thing. It will water itself on a warm day. Panda, stay out of the garden. Good girl. I know, stay out of the garden. Say the lizards are active, and that's probably what she's chasing. There's one right there. See him? He's kind of looking at us. So, but they're active because, you know, the flies and the bumblebees are out, and that's what the lizards eat, and so they're running around the garden, and she's trying to be mama's helper and get to critters. You know, her brain, there's no difference between a lizard and a rabbit. Now these two frames here have not started the condensation process yet, mostly because they're still in shade. My oak tree here has not quite yet lost enough leaves to put these guys in full sun. But they will. You know, it will happen. And then they'll do the same thing. They will condensate and they will water themselves all winter long. Hot days, condensation happens in the plastic, life is good. Cold days, they just kind of hunker down and stay warm in their little plastic blanket. But these are the three that I want to do, the walking onions, and they will be like that again till next season. Spinach, a little bit of lettuce in this one, and then the beets and turnips. I haven't done the broccoli yet. The broccoli frame there, broccoli 47 degrees is not gonna, broccoli's just gonna laugh and keep on going. Same thing with the green beans and the strawberries. They will take 47 like it's nothing. They're established enough that it's not gonna hurt them at all. But these guys here are they're still babies. You can see there's some lettuce there on the left side, and, you know, a couple of spinaches there on the right side, but they're babies. They're still small enough that I just want to give them that extra little, you know, extra little bit of protection. Otherwise, took a break, found another large tomato worm, got rid of him. Don't see another one. We'll see though, you know, just keep coming out. Find them, get rid of them. Keep on going. Still got baby zucchinis. I don't know if you noticed the baby leaves that are growing from where I took all of the others off are infected with powdery mildew. you know, I expected that. You can see there's a leaf over there, just covered in it. But again, I'm still getting squash, so I'll wait. I'll get squash, and then when they're actually done, all of these will get pulled out and will not go to the compost pile, because the compost pile will not kill powdery mildew, and I don't want to spread it. What that also means is next year, you know, squash cannot go here and tomatoes cannot go here. I rotate my crops, so it's still a good thing, but those two things can definitely not go here. Anything else that's close to the nightshade family, like tomatoes are close to the nightshade family, cannot go here. It's just that the powdery mildew, because it's on the stems, it'll also be on the soil, so it needs to be a season without something that is susceptible to powdery mildew. Means I cannot plant zinnias here specifically next year. So yeah, it's all figured out. I'll plant something, probably lettuces. Lettuces aren't susceptible to it. So this will probably be my lettuce patch, and I'll probably do spinach over there where the tomatoes are. Next, you know, spring garden. Sounds like a plan, but I'll work it out on paperwork and make sure. Otherwise, you know, food for thoughts. My Anaheims are still doing awesome. You know, there's several of them on here still. There's one, there's another one down here. And with that, y'all have an awesome day. So it's 7:30 and it just started raining finally. And Panda she's running. She loves the rain. So she's not afraid of it. She thinks the rain is fun. So it's like it started to rain and she's just like running. What are we doing, Mom? Let's play. Because the rain just cools everything down. So anyway, it's the first part of the storms. They're predicting storms, thunderstorms, you know, by 11:30, lightning, thunder, yada yada yada. And my answer is okay. Oh, there's some lightning. Hannah just went running around the backside of the house, and she's in full sprint. She likes the rain. And she's back on the porch. Get a drink out of her water bowl, because running is fast work. But you can see it off the security light there. It's raining. It's coming down. Alright, well, y'all have a great evening. Stay warm, stay dry. And I will talk at you later.